We're going to Rochester.
Woo!
We are having a weekend day trip to Rochester. I am so excited. We've never actually been to Rochester.
No, we've only driven through it.
Yeah, you have to talk a little bit louder.
Oh, sorry.
Because of the background noise. It's okay. So,
Yeah, it's super windy today,
yeah,
guys.
we've actually driven through it like a couple times because we've been to Buffalo, we've been to Toronto.
If you drive across California from here, that's where you come into the state of New York.
Yeah, pretty much. We never stopped there before.
It was just like this.
It's only an hour out from where my lady lives, so it's not a big deal. So we're going there. We're going to hit a donut spot instantly, and then we're gonna hit the famous garbage plate. It's supposed to be like 3,000 calories.
It's like an upstate legend.
Upstate legend.
Like everyone says, like if you go upstate, you have to get a few things, but like the garbage plate is the thing.
Yeah, I think we'll also get the pickle pizza.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're doing that. We're gonna be doing that all day, and we're driving, and we're doing another podcast, and we're driving. So today's topic.
Cut out already, and then we just like
I'm sure you guys can guess that I thought about this. It's very important to me. I feel like most of you guys like Maria's podcast better, so I'm
the star.
Yeah, she is the star.
Just kidding.
People don't want to listen to me. People want to listen to Maria.
No, people just don't want to listen to one person.
Yeah.
I think is the thing.
Back and forth.
It doesn't need to be me. Could be anybody else.
Yeah. But anyway, today's topic is best thing you've eaten, food/restaurant and dessert outside of the New York tri-state area in California. So I think Maria has an idea.
I don't anymore.
Oh, you don't anymore?
No, because you took out New Jersey, and that's what I was going to say.
All right.
I'm trying to think because
I guess this podcast is going to be a decently long one because we can walk through it.
Well, I'm trying to think. So, does Reno count too?
Reno counts.
Okay.
Reno counts.
So, but I don't really think my favorite food's in Reno. Oh, actually, one of my favorite restaurants of all time in Reno is the Brasserie St. James.
Ooh.
They have really good food.
That's a really good one.
My sister's a huge fan of their mac and cheese, and actually I'm just going to bring this up because she was very distraught when she went back to have her graduation. She had a graduation, like a friend brunch there, and they did not have the mac and cheese, and she was distraught. She wants the chef to bring it back. She's very upset it wasn't there.
Shout out to Brasserie.
She loves that. She loves that mac and cheese. Please bring it back, man. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Is it truffle?
No, but it's got like Gouda and like smoked Gouda, like a bunch of different cheeses inside, and she loves it.
Elevated. Elevated.
But they had the last time I went there, I got like a flank steak with chimichurri sauce.
Oh fuck yeah!
And it was really good. I don't know. I'm trying to think though, because when we drove here, we went to a bunch of places too across the state. So I'm like, right now I'm thinking that might be one of my favorite dishes.
Okay. But that's good. But we can always switch it.
Yeah.
It's wherever we land at the end of the cast.
Okay, so if we kind of walk ourselves through how we got here, besides Reno.
But I want people to notice that Maria is pretty much a foodie now. Not only because she eats with me and we eat at good places because we love food, but it's the fact that she's the one who found Brasserie St. James. And she's the one who said, let's go to Brasserie St. James with her family who hates fine dining.
It's not, I would call it like a hybrid though, because it is fine, like an elevated menu, but it's a really cool building. It's got that old school like bar feel.
But it's really hard to get Maria's family.
It is. They are huge fans of like chain restaurants.
They fucking love chain restaurants. They fucking love, what is it called?
Well, also, you have to think of, like, where we grew up in, we grew up in the Bay Area when we were younger, so we didn't really grow up there, sorry, that's why we were, like, born in the Bay Area, my parents grew up there, and that's, like, at that time of life, that was, like, the mecca for chain restaurants, because that's when that era of eating was.
Yeah.
And then now, it's kind of changing, and like my dad is definitely more open to it. But like growing up in Northern California, we didn't have anything but chain restaurants.
No.
Barely. We did have a lot of other restaurants that we would eat at, but like most of the time, chain restaurants are what stay the longest.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm gonna describe her family's ideal restaurant. First of all, when you walk in, you're gonna see like a barrel as like a place that, you know, who's the place that take you to your table?
Which one?
Like a person that takes you to a table when you walk in.
The host?
The host.
Or like the maitre
hostess.
d' or whatever.
Yeah, host or hostess. The menu is gonna be on top of a barrel, most likely, right?
I don't know why you're talking shit about Logan's Roadhouse right now.
And then you walk in and you get sit at your table, and then you realize that you can eat peanuts and throw it on the ground.
See, Logan's Roadhouse, I told you.
And then they have to have cinnamon roll for dessert.
That's not true.
Have to have cinnamon roll.
Not true.
Or some kind of pie. Some kind of pie.
That's just a preference.
Icebox, ideal.
That's just a preference.
And they have to have some kind of steak or rib or some kind of beef dish.
Why are you hating? My dad's a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
I'm just saying, they have to have potatoes. Twice baked potatoes. They have to have it.
Portuguese
Have to
food
have
has meat and potatoes. That is the bread and butter of like Portuguese
Yes.
eating. So you grow up eating that stuff, and then you just like that stuff. That's
Yes.
why I enjoy it.
Yes. And the host is probably going to be named Sherry or Shannon.
Or she has a hyphen in it.
Or hyphen name,
Tammy
Tammy Lee, something like that.
Whatever. I don't know why
Anyway,
you're hating.
anyways.
Hating so much on Logan's Roadhouse. Like he does not know that they have the best rolls of all time.
I actually like them. I'm just talking shit. I love all those restaurants. I love when I can throw the peanuts on the ground or whatever appetizer on the ground. I fucking love that. Anyway, I'm just talking shit. But anyway, I just want to mention that Maria is a full throttle foodie now. She looks for food without me, and she eats good food, and I'm so proud, and I'm just so glad.
I would also like to note though that before he met me, he really wasn't that one much either. He didn't even have like, he didn't really even know. It's like this happens with a lot of people. When you think of like Latin cuisine, especially in California, you think of Mexican food, and he didn't even know that there was other types of food. Like Latin foods, and that most of those Latin foods were not even close to Mexican food. Like Peruvian is a very distinct style. Salvadoran food sometimes is similar, but most of the time is also a very distinct style.
I have to shamefully admit that my favorite burrito before I met Maria and during our relationship was Chipotle burrito.
Yeah,
I have to admit.
to tell him he didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
You don't even know what you're missing.
And I took her. Oh my god, this is a story on its own. Well, it was like the summer that you visited Lafayette.
Yeah, that was like the first summer we were together.
First summer we visited, and I was hyping this burrito place up, right? I'm not gonna say it.
And I would just like to
Lafayette.
add that I grew up spending summers in that area, and so I've been to it. And my aunt loves food too, and she loves to eat out because she doesn't like to cook that much. She'd always take us to like really good restaurants, and so I've been to numerous good restaurants in that area at this point already.
Oh, I was hyping this place up. I was like, this is Lafayette's best burrito. This is East Bay's best burrito. Everybody eats here, and it's the best. Took her there. She hated it.
I didn't hate it. I just said this isn't that good.
Yeah, she said this is not that good. And then I was like, I was so hurt.
He's like trying to tell me that it's just an off day. It's usually better than this.
What are you talking about?
I'm like, no, this isn't that good.
Turns out I had no knowledge of Hispanic food.
Burrito's not
Latin
even
food.
Burrito's like Tex-Mex, and it wasn't even good. Like that's how you know it's if a burrito is not good, that's Tex-Mex. Doesn't even have to be good.
If your burrito is good because of that Thai sweet chili sauce, that clear red sauce.
I love that stuff, but
if your burrito's good because of that, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not a good burrito. Yeah. And I didn't know. I have to admit, I've only been a foodie for the last 3 years, maybe 2 years tops. So I'm new to the game, guys. Anybody can be a foodie.
Yeah.
Start eating.
It's true.
But continue with our actual topic.
Yeah. So once we got out of Reno, we got into Utah. So
I mean, I'm actually gonna say one of my favorite donuts, hands down all time, outside of the tri-state and California area, is Gordo from Austin, Texas.
yeah, you talk about them all the time.
Shortbread cake donut. It is. Oh my god! I thought I was gonna get one single donut, right? And it was like $10. So I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
He doesn't
is
know
this?
what gordo means, you
What
guys.
is this? And I thought I was getting one single donut. She gives me a platter.
He doesn't know what gordo means.
Yeah.
If he knew what it meant, he would know what he was getting into.
Yeah. She gives me one of those, like, you know when you get fries at like a game event? It comes in like this white and checkered thing.
It's
carrier.
like a, yeah, I don't know what
It's like a
called.
carrier.
Yeah.
And it comes in one of those, right? And it's covered in white icing. I don't see the donut. And I actually went up and asked her. I was like, is this the shortbread donut? And she's like, yes.
He does shit like this all the time,
Yeah.
you guys.
Dig through
It's
it.
like obviously there, and he's like,
Yeah.
well, ask like a stupid question, and then he like people look at him weird, and he's like, why? He like doesn't understand why they're looking at him. Like,
Then I play the foreign card. It's like, I'm not from here, so. But I dig through it and I find 3 donuts doused in one of the most butteriest glaze of all time. White glaze, white sugar glaze, and it has strawberry pieces, fresh strawberry pieces in it, and the glaze has strawberry infused. It was absolutely amazing. That's my favorite dessert.
dessert.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
But I can't think of a restaurant, so we can walk through it.
Well, okay, so now that you said that, though, that makes me think those pastéis de nata that we had in Toronto, or
Oh my god.
that is, if your grandma makes those, your grandfather, whoever makes the pastéis in the house,
Yeah.
they make those like that's how she makes them.
Yeah.
She is like a Portuguese grandma. She makes the best pastéis de nata in Toronto.
Dude, talking about this makes me feel like we should do like a category.
Yeah.
Donuts, tart, pastéis de nata. I 100% agree, pastéis de nata. What about chain dessert? I got one for you.
What?
Vancouver, or sorry, Toronto, beaver tails.
Oh yeah, I fucking love beaver tails.
Fucking beaver
Beaver
tails.
tails are the shit.
Chain restaurant.
It's like a chain dessert place. It's not really a restaurant.
Chain dessert, sorry, yeah. Yeah.
It's like a bakery, but
Yeah.
all right.
It's already 3 there.
Okay, so what about after we went to from Reno, we went through Utah.
Well, we have to talk about what we ate. Or there's nothing like that crazy that we ate in Reno, just donuts.
Yeah, that's why I said we skip over Reno.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Continue.
Go to Utah, so we had hush puppies. We went to that barbecue place.
Hush puppies
We had
were legit.
jalapeno corn hush puppies. They were really good.
They were good. They were good.
Barbecue was good.
Barbecue was good.
Then we went to the cookie dough place. That was good too.
Cookie dough place. Oh my god, I got one, dude.
What?
I got the food.
What?
Fucking Lincoln.
Yeah, so I think that would be top burger for me, but I don't know about food.
Honest Abe's Burger, top burger.
Dude, yeah, for
Top
sure.
burger.
That okay, if you've never been to Lincoln, I'd never been before this. I was like, this is Nebraska. Nebraska is horrible to drive through, so I was like, Lincoln's not going to be that great, but it was a cute little city. I really liked
It's
it.
adorable.
And their food, like we went to Honest Abe's, and those burgers, they're so crazy.
Oh
They have so
my
many
God.
crazy milkshakes, really good
Insane.
milkshakes.
Dude, when I was in there and we took the milkshakes to go, and I had it outside the house.
It was a peanut butter and jelly
Oh
milkshake.
my god, it was a Pulp Fiction. I thought I was recreating Pulp Fiction. I was like, this is crazy. This is like a $10 milkshake, and I didn't kind of want it because I was already kind of full, and I had a sip, and I looked at Maria and I said, that is a goddamn good milkshake, and we finished it both together.
But see, also, like, if I think about that, it also makes me think about the burgers in Massachusetts, and those are also really good.
Burgers in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait. Also,
Cook.
okay, I think that just triggered something for me. I think that catch of the day.
Oh,
That's my meal.
Boston.
Yeah. Catch of the day is my favorite meal outside of California and the tri-state area. That's my favorite restaurant.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. You're right. Restaurant. Catch of the day for Maria.
You guys gotta go.
You guys.
But don't go on a big day because there's only like 10 places to sit in there.
Yeah, it's very hard to sit. It's very hard to sit.
But yeah, sorry. I totally skipped through the rest of our trip across the country, but Massachusetts is it. Boston.
Yeah. But I mean, like, not like that many things stand out to me. I thought Michigan's Corned beef was really good. The sandwich
Yeah.
at Zingerman's, I thought it was really good. But like, it's not like that many things that stand out to me. But we do have Oregon, Seattle, and Idaho that we went together.
Yeah, but we didn't eat that much at that point in our lives at those places.
I do think it's honorable mention to mention Blue Star Donuts.
Yes.
That was our first
I agree.
artisanal donuts.
That was really good.
amazing.
We always have good donuts every time we go there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm trying to think of other places we ate there.
I mean, Seattle, Pierogies.
Pok Pok, you obviously have to. If you're in Oregon, Portland,
Yeah.
you got to go to Pok Pok
Pok
and get
was
those
good.
wings.
It was really good. It's pricey, but it's good.
And so, also, the place that has Able Skivers.
Oh,
If you've never
wow.
had, they have good brunch too in general, but if you've never had Able Skivers, you gotta go. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
It's not traditional Able.
They're not, well, no, they're not traditional Able Skivers because they don't make them with the Able Skiver pan.
Or
but they
they're
make
not
them,
filled, right? Able Skivers are usually
they're
filled.
not filled either. So they're like a play on Able Skivers because they just fry it and then they give you stuff to eat with it instead of stuffing it.
Still pretty damn
But
good.
they're so good.
Still pretty damn good. I'm trying to think of Vancouver. What did we eat in Vancouver? You really like that hot dog dessert, remember?
Oh yeah,
The ice cream.
it's a Japadog and
Japadog.
the chain in Vancouver.
Yeah.
They have a dessert hot dog, which is literally like a dough cream. It's an ice cream sandwich with donuts in between, and it's really good. But
Yeah.
they give it to you shaped like a hot dog, so you basically
Yeah.
have like 2 donuts shaped like hot dogs with ice cream inside.
I think Seattle, we only went to Pike Place.
Yeah, we ate there.
Yeah, we went to the Mark, one of the seafood places. It was okay. I thought Pierogies was the best part of
That was really good. Those were good.
Seattle, or Pike Place. What about Idaho?
We had that grilled cheese place. That was really
Grilled
good.
cheese was really good. We went to
Also, that Chinese place we went to in
yeah, weirdly good.
Lewiston, Idaho. So it's like where the Washington and Idaho border meets, like basically crosses. We had
Also,
Chinese
one of the most beautiful places on
Yeah,
earth.
it's a beautiful area.
When you come down to it, to Lewiston and what's it called?
Clark. Yeah, it's Lewis and Clark. So
Lewiston and Clarkton,
or something
right?
like that.
Clarktown, something like that. And then when you go down to it, you go past a humongous mountain, and then there's a viewpoint that you can see both cities.
Yeah, it's a beautiful,
Amazing.
beautiful spot.
This is where the mic is.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I don't know. So here, we talked about a lot of places so far. Where else have you been that I haven't been? I've been to Texas and Florida without you.
I've been to Reno many times without you.
Times. Colorado.
Yeah, but I haven't eaten like you have in Colorado.
Fair,
I'm trying to think. Same thing with Wyoming, but I haven't eaten like you have in Wyoming. I haven't eaten like we have in like a bunch of places.
Yeah.
I go to Minnesota a lot. I have been there a lot, but I've never eaten like crazy places in Minnesota either.
Yeah. Oh my God! I got my restaurant.
What?
So my dessert, right, is Gordo at Texas. My restaurant, I hate that I'm forgetting the name, is the sushi place in Vancouver.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Holy
too.
Jesus Christ. They have these,
Which one are you talking about? The bougie one or the one on the water?
the bougie one on
I
the
liked-
water, that one was really cold, that our
The-
card didn't work.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking though of there's also the other
yes,
one
the
though on the
houseboats.
tugboat. Yeah.
Houseboats.
That one's really good.
So the bougie one, so it's a funny story because I had Wells Fargo, and I think you had US Bank.
Yeah, but I didn't have a credit card at the time.
Yeah, she had a debit
Just
card.
a debit card.
Even though she let them know that she was going to Canada, turns out debit cards don't work internationally.
Yes.
Sometimes at some of the places. So
And I didn't have a chip at the time because only some cards were getting chips
yeah,
at
it was
that
supposed to
time.
be chipped. Actually,
It
that's
was
what it
like
was.
the
It wasn't a
beginning of
debit.
that time, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
debit.
it was a
versus-
debit card,
Oh
but-
yeah. Well, she tried to use her card, and didn't work. And the server tried it like 6 times. First of all, it was absolutely freezing, and the only seat they had was outside, and the heater didn't work that well. And they gave us like 3 blankets, and it was still freezing. And then we had to sit out there for like 20 minutes trying to figure out why her card wasn't working.
Yeah.
Because she was like, because I could have used my card, but the whole thing was that she was trying to figure out why her card was not working, because it was the first time it didn't work.
Yeah.
So she was like...
I'd been using it, well, first of all, that was like the first day we went into Vancouver.
Yeah.
I'd been using it in
if you swipe
Portland,
it works.
Yeah, Portland and Seattle, and I used it on the parking meters in Vancouver, and it worked. So I was like, oh my god.
So she just wanted to figure out why it wasn't working. That's why we were there for so long. I ended up using my card. It was all fine. But other than the shitty experience aside that we caused ourselves, they have this nigiri that is not a traditional nigiri. I think it's called like a box nigiri or something like that. That they pretty much load this bamboo case with thin layer of rice, and then they put either some kind of fish on top, salmon, whatever. We got the salmon, and then the one that we got, they toast the top, they burn the top, and they cut it in little rectangular shapes, and they toast the rice too.
That was really good.
Oh my god, one of the best things I've eaten in my life. I can't believe I remember that.
See, that's how I felt about the sushi that we had on the, because I like rolls a lot. I love them, and the sushi that we had on the boat.
Yeah.
It was like no roll I've ever tasted before. It was super fresh.
So unassuming.
And really fresh though. I just remember it being so satisfying.
Yeah, because we went to the houseboat area twice in Vancouver.
It's like Fisherman's Wharf is what it's called. It's really tiny.
Tiny Fisherman's Wharf. Has a bunch, actually, the houseboat area is actually really cool. You guys should go there if you're.
Yeah, they have Mexican food. They have lots of food.
Yeah, so we went there for the Mexican food because I heard it's absolutely beautiful out here. First of all, but we went there for the
different without the snow.
Yeah, we went there for the Mexican food, and then we were like, this is good, but it's not like the best Mexican food we had. So, and then we ran out of things to do on the second day, or we were hungry, or were in the area, so we decided to go back. And then we found the sushi place right next to the Mexican food. And then it was just opening, and it was like the cutest thing. They had 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And they lived up top of the houseboats. And then the dog would come down over and over again before it opened. And then when they would open, they would just sit there, and then just sit there.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was adorable. But we were just like, we're just kind of hungry, so we're gonna eat this. It turns out it was one of the best. Montezuma.
Cool. Yeah.
It turns out it was one of the best sushi rolls that we had. Honestly, I agree. It literally felt like they caught it that morning. And
it was so fresh, and the cucumber was like fresh and like.
Oh god.
I don't know.
So I'm putting it down right now.
Okay.
My favorite.
I still stay on with mine.
My favorite dessert, Gordo, Austin, Texas. Restaurant, that sushi place, in Vancouver. It's the one on the wharf. It's like 3rd floor. It's on it's kind of like an industrial area.
I think it was close to like Union Square or something like the square.
Yeah. It's really good. I would recommend that to
anybody. Great view. Nice like date night area.
Not that pricey either. It wasn't that expensive.
It's also Canadian dollars.
It's also Canadian dollars, so you're discounted like 80%.
Yeah.
Anyway, restaurant, dessert.
I already said mine.
Pastéis de nata, dessert.
Toronto food market. There's a food market in Toronto.
Wait.
That's where the pastéis was.
Oh, okay. What about the restaurant?
Still catch of the day.
Catch of the day.
We want to talk about freshness too. There, like.
Yeah.
That's really fresh.
I'm making. What is this even called?
I don't know.
When you.
He's like crunching his fingers together and kissing.
Mwah.
Like,
mwah, baby.
They're like Italians when they always do that.
Yeah. But I think that's a good list for both of us.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the rest of the places we went to in between, and I can't think of anything that's standing out to me.
Nothing is popping up.
We went Salt Lake City, Cheyenne. Well, that barbecue was pretty good in Cheyenne. Remember, it was like Filipino style barbecue.
Oh,
we got
yes.
we got like a plate, and then we got like actual barbecue.
Yeah, that place was good.
Yeah, they had really good.
For
Their
sure.
Filipino food was good.
Yeah.
And then after Cheyenne was
Dude, talk about
Detroit.
Detroit,
But where did we go to before Detroit? We went somewhere.
Michigan,
No, Michigan's
Chicago. Are you talking about Chicago?
Yeah, we didn't have anything that stood out to me in Chicago
Well,
either.
we got our goddamn car towed in Chicago.
Yeah, but where did we eat? I feel like that deli we went to in Detroit, I remember more than where we ate in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm blanking out on Chicago.
I know we had like some patisserie stuff, but like I can't. Oh, we had the pizza, the deep dish pizza.
Oh, that was good.
That was good.
Dude, that was like $4.
That was good, but I don't think it was like at the top of my.
Maybe we need to talk about the cross-country trip. Because there's so many places that we
separate
went.
thing?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
a separate thing. It's so many
that's
places.
also one on its
And we
own.
got to talk about Boston. And guys, I let you down. I'm sorry. We went to Boston, and I haven't put any pictures up.
You haven't put any pictures up from Hawaii.
That's what I'm saying. We went to Hawaii, hadn't put any pictures up. In Boston, or maybe not Boston. Boston had really good food, but Hawaii was one of the best food trips that we've had. I just loved everything that we
We
ate.
also spent a long time there, so.
We did spend like almost like a week and a half,
Yeah.
something like that. It was amazing. It was one of my favorite trips of all time, hands down. But I'm gonna do a separate podcast,
We're gonna have to do a separate one for Hawaii and for.
Boston
Yeah.
and a cross country trip.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. It's gonna be good. But I definitely need to start putting on more photos. It's kind of hard because it's kind of hard for me because I spend so much time on each post. Maybe you guys can tell, but like I spend a lot of time on each of the posts. I write a lot and I think about it a lot. So I can kind of only put one up per day. And I don't want to like put so much up that I like spam people, you know. But sometimes when we go on trips, we go eat such good food in a day. Like we go to like 2 dessert places and we go to like 3 food places. So like it's hard to like put up all this food, you know. So it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
It is.
First world foodie problems.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good list.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. For sure. We're definitely going to do a separate podcast for all those.
I would just also like to note that if he did not exclude the tri-state area, I would say Casa de Paco and Newark.
You think so?
Yeah,
Best restaurant?
I cannot forget about that meal.
Cosme?
All right, maybe we should do one where we pick one per state because
One per
you're right.
state.
Cosme is going to be up there too, but
New Jersey, hands down, Casa de Paco.
yeah,
But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I have one. I think we can do one for Queens after that. Even though Queens is we have to do the borough.
the boroughs,
The 5
yeah.
boroughs.
Queens, Brooklyn.
Yeah. And then
The
we are going to
Bronx,
include
Harlem.
New Jersey as a borough because the New Jersey that we go to is pretty much like,
Yeah, we stay in like Jersey City, New
Yeah,
York
Jersey,
area,
that
so
area.
it's basically just like to the left.
yeah. Even though we did have good food in when we went to Jersey Shore,
Yeah,
which was pretty cool.
The whole Jersey Shore area is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Maybe we got to do a podcast on that.
So much stuff.
We can do on Idaho. I can talk about the KKK story. We
Yeah.
can do one on Oregon, Seattle, and Vancouver because that was a single trip. We can do one on Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm hyping my podcast up, guys. We got like 10 podcasts in the bank.
We haven't been to Toronto in a while.
No.
And we got to go to Montreal too because we're like 3 hours away.
And also, I'd like to mention that.
Oh, Philly? That one's quick though, 'cause we didn't spend that much time there.
Yeah, I'd like to mention that I suggested to Maria that we should go to Ottawa this weekend. it's only 3 hours, but she said no.
It's just, I mean, sometimes the trips are a lot, and then
Yeah,
you
it
also got
is.
to cross the border.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
Somehow they just cannot fathom, like, oh, I live close here now. I would like to visit. They're like, why are you here? And it's just
Yeah.
everything you say, it sounds
Why is your
weird.
plate California?
Yeah.
Why are you from Syracuse?
What are
Whatever.
you doing there? Like,
Yeah.
it's none of your business, actually, but
Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
Anyway, we got like 10 in the bank. We do have to visit Oregon and Seattle soon. Or not Oregon, because we've been to Oregon soon. Or recently.
Yeah,
Seattle, we haven't been there since Amazon came in.
Seattle, Vancouver, and Seattle and Vancouver we haven't been to like in the last 4 years because
Yeah.
we went to Portland again. But
Toronto. Yeah. We're going to Florida this summer.
Yeah.
Shout out to J Dan.
yeah,
So
you've already been to Florida.
I've been to Florida,
I
but
haven't.
honestly, on the down low, it wasn't a good food trip. I'm not gonna say why.
Fair.
It just wasn't. I'm not gonna say I hated it. It just wasn't. So when we go to Florida, it's definitely gonna be a good trip. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be a bunch of people who love food. So we got
We
like.
might head back to Boston for spring break or
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
else. We're not sure. So.
I might be going to Boston. I might be going to New York. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I might visit. Who knows? So we got a bunch of cool podcasts in the
In the pocket.
pocket, in the bank for you. So please keep on listening. Thank you for listening to Maria and handling me on the side. It's a beautiful Friday, and then we're gonna eat a bunch of good food, and we'll probably do a podcast coming back talking
Yeah.
about the food. So listen.